All the rest of this is bone. Bone. And it's really difficult to get that meat off that bone. So that's about the scrap. So try this one. Get rid of this thing right away. It gets in the way. I'm going to pull so hard this time. Readjust. That might help me. I might even use my hand. Let's see how this does. Just my hand. See, now if you eat the pike like that, you're going to sorely regret that, in my opinion. And yes, it's a little putzing. Take the belly bones out. Y bone. See, if you want to be not very saving of it, then you just go like that. Go either side of your Y bone, feel it with your fingers, and you just go like this. That's what most people do, just to show you how nicely that goes. And there they are. But, see, on both sides, there's the Y bones. And you can see you don't want those stuck in your throat. Again though, I'm spendthrifty. I like to get as much out of life as I can. Much bang for my buck as I can. If you find one little teeny bone in that or something, it's not such a bad deal. That's mostly meat. There's my meat pile now. There you go, and that's what I've reduced it to. A pile of not much bone. Sometimes you can't, depending on how you get your fillet. You don't always get to feel the Y bones. You just got to look for them. Lay it straight and look for them. So you can see, to get a really nice fillet, you gotta have a nice big pike to get a solid big fillet. When you lay your knife in like this, see? You lay your knife in like this and pull a fillet off it. To get a nice big fat fillet, it takes at least a 10-pound pike. Solid meat. Down here towards the tail, it's a lot easier because that's got no bone in it towards the tail. Or if you weren't spendthrifty, you could just cut the tail off them all. So it would seem like this looks like a mess of fish, but it's not a mess of fish. That pile is a mess of fish. See the line here? The Y bone is along that line. So if you come like that, and you've turned it over now, you're still cutting along the bone. A lot of people, on smaller pike especially, they just throw that away, but I like to try and secure it. It's a lot of meat. And only rarely I end up with a bone in my food. And there's the bone. This is getting reduced to almost nothing. I'm still trying to steal from it. And that's pretty well her. Maybe I can get some right there. So you can hear the bone. So there's just nothing left. So you just gotta put up with that's your waste. Now, I'll show you how much actual meat waste. Because nobody, I mean, I can steal along this fatty part of the... Anyway, if you're in a place that has any contamination, you shouldn't eat this part anyway, nor along the upper. So, that's a fin, we can't almost count that. We can't count the skin mostly because we don't eat that. I might actually take a little bit more of that meat off the skin. Okay. See, out of a 5-pound pike, that's how much waste. This pile here is all good meat. And there's the bone. And as you can see, there ain't a whole lot left on there. I might be able to get that piece off. Sylvester would like to have that. Just find Sylvester out in the dumpsters looking for this. So that's not a lot of waste. Now come back. Steal that. So if you want to make yourself a nice little knife sheath, or you can use this for backing bows too. A little bit down here by the tail. Come back and get that. It's all good in the deep fry. So, how you get yourself a mess of fish without getting a mess of fish? Imagine you got to clean a bunch of these. Now this is about the worst job I've ever done, but it's not easy when you don't have a board. As you can see, I'm still going back and getting myself some nutrition here. And in the bush, I'd eat the whole darn thing, bone and all. I'd burn the bone down till I could crunch it. But for the table, there you have it. Tons of pike here. As you can see, that's fairly nice batch of pike. Frying up the next day. And there we have it, enough fish to feed 4 people.